Welcome back to the FINA Women's Intercontinental Tournament. Louisville Westside Aquatic Center here. James Smith of TotalWaterPolo.com. Greg Meskel here with you. Poolside for our second match of the day. It is Brazil and Canada. This is Brazil in the white caps, Canada in the dark. Our officials for this one, Mr. Shang from China and Mr. Carney from Australia. Canada, of note, their head coach, David Paradello, red carded last night, so he is not coaching today. Justin Oliveira, the assistant, is the head coach, or acting head coach, we should say. And they go with Jessica Gaudreau in the goal, and that first shot she sees goes high over the cage for Canada and head coach Pat Oaten. They go with Victoria Chamorro in the goal. So we've seen Brazil use both their goalkeepers pretty frequently here in this tournament. And now Canada will get a look here on the offensive end as we get things started. Outside attempt and in. Christine Robinson is on the board for Canada, and they go up 1-0 in the opening minute.
Yeah, this is, I think, going to be a little bit more of a traditional matchup in the sense that Canada has a very strong center and Logbo, and the Brazilians not quite so much, a little bit undersized comparatively, and so presumably going to see a lot of motion.
See what Brazil does here offensively. Two teams see each other frequently enough in the Americas, Pan Am Games and elsewhere. Outside attempt, too much on it. On the try from deep from Marina Zeblith.
Brazil's head coach Pat Oaten, a former Canadian national team coach himself, and been credited with really accomplishing quite a bit in a short period of time with this Brazilian team.
That shot's high.
Both teams.
And then an exclusion on the way down. That's against Canada and Emma Wright, and a power play here for Brazil.
Yeah, this is one of Brazil's strengths, is their man-up situation, their 6-on-5. We'll see if they can convert this.
Here's Chapini, top of the perimeter she goes now. Diaz around it. The horn, they work it. Side's coming even, power play is over. Shot clock about to expire as well. We'll get a look here and a field block, and controlled by Robinson. Good look in the middle, but tipped away from behind, so still just one goal scored here as we get going in the first quarter. Canada ahead 1-0. Chapini off the bar, long rebound, and it'll stay with Brazil. Diaz able to get there first. She'll move in, take a look, entry inside, looking for a turn, but tipped away, no call there. Montiato looking for something from the official.
I could see why she would, too.
James, I feel as if you thought maybe a call should have been made there.
Oh, debatable, that's all. This is not considered to be what one of Brazil's strengths, as we mentioned, a little bit undersized. So center play is perfectly good, but not perhaps as strong as other teams. And so motion is the key to this offense.
Contra foul called, and a little too much motion there from
That's
Brazil.
Right.
They cough it up. Gaudreau, now we'll take a look. Canada losing last night to Team USA 14-4. On the attack here, though, they're ahead 2-0 thanks to Dominique Perrault.
Doesn't get a lot simpler than that. The contrafoul leading to really a pretty simple counterattack.
Second look here on the counter. Perot, the left-hander, just goes near side, able to beat the keeper, Chamorro. Brazil coming off an 11-6 loss last night to China. And interesting, we talked a little bit about this yesterday. In Canada's game, Jessica Gaudreau started, allowed 1 goal, was immediately pulled out. Cole Coulter-John comes in for the rest of the first half. Gaudreau returns for the second half. And even though Team USA won 14-4, she played a pretty nice second half. They only scored a handful of goals in that second half. And you see her back here starting again. And had to be a difficult spot to get yanked that early, but he's done well to come back.
That's exactly right. That is a very awkward situation to be in. And for what I think the community around here sees as a pretty young, inexperienced goalkeeping crew here for the Canadians. Relatively, that is, of course.
Sure. That shot out of play. Under 4 to play in the first quarter. USA, Australia to follow, the first of 2 straight meetings for those 2 powerhouses. They'll play for gold tomorrow right here at 12:40 p.m. Central Time as we close things out in Louisville, Texas. Entry inside, the backhand's off the mark from Katrina Monton.
That's the move that apparently she really prefers, is going to the backhand side. Has some effectiveness with that, but not that time.
3:20 to play, first quarter. Brazil looking for their first goal. A few fakes from the outside, off the bar, and a rebound controlled by Canada.
Well, the Canadians are dropping basically right into the center. Puts a big hindrance on the kind of motion that I think the Brazilians are looking for, forcing those outside shots.
Here's Fournier, Brazil trailing. She'll try a lob here, and just tipped away. Chamorro getting enough of it to keep it out of the goal. Good look inside, but just off the mark.
Which pass just
But now contrafoul, so Eggins on the suit grab before Canada can even get moving. On the previous play, Shapini with a nice job to get free, but couldn't put that one on net.
That's right, just a millimeter difference, and she could have converted that one, I think.
A knockdown there, and a steal.
Wow. Just a matter of brute strength on that defensive play. She just literally took the ball away.
That was Emma Wright taking it from Vivian Bahia. Wright, the left-hander, will cruise in now, unguarded. Defense slow to get back. Her skip circles the cage and out. And Canada going to get new life here with a new shot clock. Under 2 to play in the first quarter.
Case of who's grabbing whom on that wing. Canada gets the call.
Ordinary called there. Field block on the attempt from the near side from Carmen Eggins. 2-0 Canada ahead.
Those field blocks just energize, I think, a team on the counterattack. Maybe not to that end.
Soft backhand there. Gaudreau with the easy pull down. The long outlet here. Here's Axel Crevier. Deals back to Monica Eggins. Always a threat to shoot. Fournier is field blocked. Monton can't grab it, and Chamorro comes up with it as Brazil will take control.
You can see the shooting lane open for her for that shot, and it closed down very quickly, though.
Under a minute to play. Off Gaudreau and in for Brazil and Marina Duarte, and Brazil's on the board with their first.
Well, that could change some things on the Brazilian offense here. We'll see if it actually draws the defenders out to more of a press situation coming up.
Two to 1 lead for Canada, but Brazil gets one back here with 38 seconds left. Here's Robinson. Ball near side, Kelly McKee. Robinson, a few fakes. Bakazi, Perot, lob, and in. Dominique Perot has two in this first quarter. And a beautiful lob from the perimeter to put Canada up 3-1.
I think beautiful is the right way to put it, because that was at a pace that I thought was going to go over the cage.
Precision shooting, and a timeout called by Brazil. 3-1 the lead for Canada. The frustration there for Pat Oden. It has to be an interesting situation for him. He certainly coached many of the women on this Canadian team for some time. They have a very veteran group if you look at some of the core players on this team. So certainly knows their tendencies and their likes and dislikes when it comes to how they play the game of water polo. But Canada, credit them with their assistant, Coach Oliveira, running the show today. Out to a good start here, 3-1.
Well, it's early in the game, but it goes to show you that no matter how much you know the tendencies of the other team, the talents of the other team, those still are talents and tendencies, and those are not things that you can shut down automatically. There has to be some sort of technique involved on his side as well. And the Brazilians are an up-and-coming team, I think it's fair to say, and so far haven't been able to shut down that offensive attack.
So shot clock is off, 17 seconds to play here in the first quarter. A 3-1 lead for Canada. Brazil controlling, trying to work inside. Running out of time as Bleeth controls. 4 seconds left. Ordinary called. Here's a shot coming likely from Abla with 2 seconds left. Field block. And no shot returned from Canada. End of the first. Complete in Louisville. Canada 3, Brazil 1. Will return after this on USA Water Polo TV.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org. Second quarter underway. 3-1 the start for Canada. over Brazil. Dominique Perot with 2 of those goals. And Canada controls the opening sprint here to start the second. USA, Australia to follow at 7:20 p.m. Central Time.
I'm looking forward to seeing the crowd for that one.
Yeah, same here. Expecting a lot of folks here at the LISD West Side Aquatic Center. Off the post, almost in, but not quite. The crowds have been good all week, but you know, with the weekend and folks able to drive from further distances, that expecting the next 2 days to have a pretty good turnout.
My understanding is that there's a friendly rivalry between here and the hosts a couple years ago, Riverside, and they're looking to exceed every bit of what Riverside accomplished.
All right, good to know. Riverside folks done an excellent job hosting. They are getting ready for the ODP championships coming up here next weekend on the boys' side, and then girls to follow in March as there's an exclusion. They'll go against Canada. I think whether you're in Riverside or Louisville, James, one thing I can tell you about these events, you will not go hungry. That one is off the post and a logboat with the rebound.
They take a little bit of pride about the spread in Texas.
Yeah. Strong, strong spread of both of these venues. Different types of food, but spread remains equally strong. Entry inside, and it's controlled by Chamorro.
Now, I was told that this was also the diet spread comparatively that the Texans put out, so just come on back when the...
What type of event do I have to come to where I get the no frill or the all frills approach rather?
Yeah, I'll keep you informed about that.
The irony is not lost on us, of course, that people are gorging themselves on food outside of a pool where you're supposed to at least wait a half an hour, as the old rule says, before swimming.
Yeah, that's right. I know that there are thousands of water polo players right now telling themselves how much nonsense that rule is.
Oh, yeah. Ball turns over here, contra foul. Anyone who's played in one of those all-day tournaments where you have 3 or 4 games in a day is a beautiful shot there in the cross pass and a score from Monica Eggins. Many an athlete has played a game, gone out to the minivan, maybe loaded up on 2 pounds of Chex Mix, and then back into the pool.
Well, I'm waiting to see that first episode where somebody's actually eating in the pool. That would be something else. Eggins, a third year at Hawaii, University of Hawaii. Taking a break, presumably, this year again. An Olympic year.
A strong talent for Coach Maureen Cole in Hawaii. Or on Hawaii, I should say.
Excellent beginning of the season for them, yeah.
Hey, a couple of teams, UC Davis with a great start to the season. They, I think, were up as high as 5 in the rankings, as we see a goal there from Vivian Bahia on kind of a broken play. Makes it 4-2.
Yeah, you can see the confusion on the Canadians. They didn't realize that the ball was turned over by the front court referee, but it ends up in a pretty easy goal for the Brazilians.
Yeah, easy pickings right there for Bahia, and they're happy to take it to draw within 2 at 4-2 with 5:20 to play.
Yeah, an interesting start to the women's collegiate season, and if nothing else, just to see that the top-ranked teams have swapped positions a couple times already.
Yeah, Stanford, USC, UCLA have all been #1 already at this point in the season. Ball turns over here, going back to Brazil. Talked about UC Davis, longtime coach Jamie Wright. They've climbed up the rankings to start here. Ordinary called. From the outside, a lob, and Gaudreau wise to that.
Yeah, very wise. That was not a surprise at all for her.
4:40 to play, first half. 4-2, Canada in front. And a chance for more here with an exclusion against Brazil. That's Marina Canetti. And a power play now. Bakazi, back of the net. Joelle Bakazi puts Canada up now 5-2.
Another American collegiate All-American from USC and finishes it.
The exclusion called. And Brazil, again, looking to battle back. Carmen Eggins goes out.
Another from the Hawaii connection.
Couple of passes around the perimeter. And on the bounce, score it for Brazil. And the captain, Marina Zableith.
Fair to say this is what the Brazilians are looking for, that motion to draw the exclusion. And even though their power play hasn't been hugely effective so far, it is among the stronger parts of their game.
Pass in a no man's land, and that will result in an exclusion. It's an exclusion away from the ball. Number 11, Marina Duarte, and a 6-on-5 for Canada. Perot, right, lefty to lefty, southpaws deliver for Canada, Emma Wright.
It's funny how quickly you notice that two left-handers at those positions where you're so accustomed to having the right-handers.
Couple of dangerous shooters on this team for Canada. Sometimes you get the token lefty out there who's on the team because they're left-handed,
right.
but these two can shoot the ball.
No, this is some talent. Understanding is that she's headed off to Cal herself, another Canadian headed to the States.
Six to 3, Canada in control. Bahia stopped, shot clock to 3, nowhere to go, and an easy steal for Robinson.
Yeah, hard press. Boy, that really stifled everything that the Brazilians intended to do.
Canada has led throughout, jumped out to a 2-0 lead, looking for more here. Shea Fournier. Seemed like she was in between a shot and a pass and ended up just wide of the post and controlled by Brazil.
I really thought Christine Robinson was going to finish that herself. She was wide open in the center cage, but the defender closed in quite quickly.
Good look in front and a score. On that secondary break, they find Luisa Carvalho trailing, and she connects for a 6-4 game.
I think that ended the way the Canadians wanted to end their prior counterattack. That was a very pretty catch and shoot.
And just miscommunication there. Robinson swam away, I think thinking a logboat was going to pick up, and that left nobody home on Carvalho. Eggins, here's Fournier. Robinson Around the perimeter they work it. Hands everywhere. Shot clock to 7 off the post. Rebound, a long one. Canada has it, and Wright will regroup with a new shot clock. Alagbo being submerged at 2 meters. Now she surfaces. Robinson again. Swings it around to McKee. Robinson off the post. This is a goal. And Christine Robinson has another. The veteran able to hit on a second opportunity on offense for Canada.
You were right about all the punishment going on in center, but the Brazilians having to withstand this attack for 2 whole possessions after a shot at the end of the prior shot clock. It's just too tough to handle.
.128 to play, first half. Contra foul, a tussle at 2 meters. Bakazi getting knotted up there with Canetti, and now an exclusion. And a 6-on-5 for Team Canada. That'll go against Gabriela Montiato, another Hawaii athlete. And she departs. And a 7-4 advantage here for Canada, and now a power play coming after the timeout.
Yeah, the Brazilians really broke down a bit on defense there. A very obvious suit grab that's always going to be a contra foul, and then getting caught up in transition in a tangle. And another chance at a 6-on-5 opportunity for Canada.
Get a good look here at Canada in the huddle. They got the marker board out with the movable pieces. Brazil ready on defense already. Out of the break. 6-on-5 here for Canada, looking for a 4-goal advantage. Bakazi, Eggins, Alagbo, Wright. Bakazi, Fournier. Fournier denied. Chamorro discards that one high out of play. And a new 30. Exclusion is over, so Canada back to 6-on-6 water polo here. It's like a little stoppage here to fix Alagbo's suit, which had come unzipped. Back to the action, under a minute to play, first half. Eggins. Ball near side. Here's Fournier. That's an ordinary. And an exclusion, so a little over-aggressive there from Brazil. Another exclusion. This is becoming another one of those long possessions here for Canada, as Shapini is excluded. And the power play once more.
Really getting the sense in that last possession that the Brazilians were testing just how much they could get away with physically, because they're becoming very grabby.
Alagbo on the redirect is halted by Chamorro, and Brazil will call for time with 15 seconds left in the first half. A 7-4 lead for Team Canada. It needs to be big for Brazil here. They can get it back to a 2-goal game going into halftime.
They've been hard pressed to get a whole lot done in the front court traditionally, but a couple of very good shots from the exterior. And of course, what they're probably looking for, at least in the last 15 seconds here, is an exclusion that they can take advantage of.
USA Australia coming up 7:20 p.m. Central Time. That'll be the final game of pool play before we get to the medal round tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m. with the 5th place game. Get that schedule set for you here tonight before we sign things off. Bad pass and a steal. Canada, Robinson will let it fly, sails it over the goal. Maybe had a little bit more time to advance the ball, but now just 2 seconds left. Chamorro will let fly. That's going to go well over the goal, and that's the end of the first half. Canada in control. They have led throughout. They lead here at the break 7-4. We'll return with the third. You're watching live from Louisville, Texas on USA Water Polo TV.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org. Third quarter about to begin here in Texas. James Smith and Greg Meskel here with you. And a 7-4 lead for Canada. Brazil controls the opening sprint there in the Whitecaps, Canada in the dark.
Yeah, not an insurmountable lead. We'll see if the Brazilians can execute on the things that they're trying to get done here in the front court. Look at all the motion that we see now.
In close, great opportunity just off the bar on that try from Zeblith.
Yeah, you can see exactly what they're trying to get done there. He had inside water, and it's not an easy shot, but one that you want to put away at this level.
Moving in, Canada threatening, Monton posting up. And an exclusion. Oliveira will go off. Here's Wright. Bakazi, Monton, great passing on the inside from Canada. It resulted in a Katrina Monton goal. And they add another, going ahead 8-4.
She earned the exclusion. It's only right that she gets to finish that.
Always nice to reward the person who got you there. Men's National League started up today in USA Water Polo Land out in Santa Ana, California. Athletes from all over the country. I know some Texas athletes competing as well. Outside attempt and nearly a goal there. Gaudreau able to slow it down. First of 4 weekends. Still going on right now. And if you're following along live stats on the FOSH, you can also get live stats for the National League on the FOSH as well. Yeah, 8 teams competing.
Do that. It's a great idea to just look up the players that are from your region, and it's as stratified as has been since the National League began. Players from all over the United States.
It's certainly neat to see. As here's Shapini getting out on the counter. Canada giving chase, and she's able to beat Gaudreau. And Isabella Shapini getting an important goal back for Brazil to make it 3 goals once more.
Important and harder, and that is. Can you imagine somebody hanging on your back, swimming down the end of the pool, picking up the ball and placing it at somewhere where the goalkeeper can't get it?
A real talent for this Brazilian team, and obviously we're not in Brazil, but if the hype around her hasn't started already, I'm sure it will be as they get towards the Olympic Games. Kick out on Brazil. It's on Melanie Diaz. And a power play here for Canada. Bakazi. Here's Robinson.
This is an important defensive possession for.
And Bakazi ricochets off the bar and out of play, so an important defensive possession results in Brazil not allowing a goal, and sides come even. Inside and tipped away, but first an exclusion. And Kelly McKee is out, her second. A few fakes from the outside, ball near side now. Brazil working around the horn. Zableith. Ordinary called as Duarte handles. And inside the 5 on the shot attempt is the call. That, I think, was going to beat Gaudreau, but It'll come back to Canada, and sides are even now. Canadians ahead 8-5, 4:32 to play in the third.
I don't think that possession went nearly as cleanly as the Brazilians would have wanted in the 6-on-5 opportunity.
The entry inside, Monton turning and drawing the exclusion. She's been a force here in this quarter for Canada. And Katrina Monton excluding Bahia, and a goal is there for Monica Eggins.
I think the defensive instinct is to allow her to turn to that direction, and she's done so at least twice so far and earned exclusions on 2 of them. And the Canadians, again, take advantage.
Second look at Monica Eggins. Able to hit. Some subs coming in now for Team Canada as they push back to a 4-goal lead. They have been in control of this game throughout. Brazil has made some runs here and there, but by and large, Canada in good shape here as we get towards the midway point of the third. Entry inside, a backhand. And a turnover.
Yeah, not the Brazilian strength, and had their offense really pushed out of shape there.
A real battle at 2 meters, and that couldn't go on forever. An exclusion, much to the chagrin of Camila Pedrosa. And then a big steal popping up out of the water as Ableeth comes up with it,
Wow.
and sides are even.
Very nice, yeah.
Brazil down a player here as Shapini joins the action late. Looking inside, nothing there. It's all up to Oliveira right now. Oliveira and Gaudreau can watch it go. Here's Perot.
The Canadians are really putting that defensive pressure on now, pushing the Brazilians out into a shape that they really just don't want to be in.
Let's see where Canada goes here offensively. Alagbo hanging around 4 meters. See if she makes her move towards the goal. Shapini fronting, ready on a double team, going to leave this one to the perimeter. They're fine to let Carmen Eggins shoot from the outside. Off the post, and the rebound, Chamorro. And now already Brazil waiting on the other end. Long outlet pass here, but Canada getting back. Cross pass. This will give time on the ordinary for the Canadians to settle in. 2:24 to play in the third. 9-5 Canada. Gaudreau to the left, able to slice that one down. Here's Perot moving in, and a steal. Tipped away.
Lost the handle. Yep, very good steal too.
Coming in, Duarte, and now who's left alone but Shapini? This should be easy money. She puts it away, and Brazil gets another back, trailing now 9-6.
Yeah, that was an unexpected transition.
Canada gets into the bench here. Still ahead, 9-6. USA, Australia coming up in a little over a half an hour. This has been a compact schedule. If you like water polo, there has not been much waiting around.
That's right.
A game ends, a game begins.
That's right. That's a very good point.
Save Chamorro, but couldn't keep it in front of her. It'll go out of play. Robinson, Alagbo.
Logbo was, unfortunately for her, face down as the ball just passed her head. She would have been able to turn and get inside water. And that's a position from which she usually has no problem finishing.
Ordinary called. 1:13 to play in the third. Oliveira looking inside. Instead comes near side. A tangle and the cap of Shapini falls off. Now she'll try lob to the far corner. That's off the bar and away, and a rebound is controlled by Canada with less than a minute to go here in the third quarter. Logbo, and she tried to somehow redirect that one, but it came right to Chamorro. And a timeout called by Brazil with 28 seconds left.
Yeah, left-handed tip shot with 2 defenders.
And there'll be a 3-second difference, shot and game clock when we resume play. So Canada, James, done a nice job here kind of weathering some efforts from Brazil to get back into this game. They're still by no means out of the woods. They're going to have to play this full fourth quarter here, as it is only a 3-goal game, but they have been able to take care of business on their end.
I think that's an apt description. I'm not sure that their coaching staff is going to be enormously pleased with the state of play today, but certainly enough to fend off this Brazilian team that is simply doesn't have the size or the speed that the Canadians do.
Out of the break, 24 seconds to play in the third, 9-6. Canada continues to lead. They have led since the opening moments of this one. A little movement here from Brazil out of the break. Dana Abla tries to get Monteado involved, and a takeaway. And then Canada takes control and calls for time.
Yeah, that pass into the center just the action just has to be so much quicker than the Brazilians are capable of doing, both under the kind of pressure that they get once that pass enters.
Coach Oliveira going to the playbook here with 8 seconds left.
Not shy about showing us what's upcoming.
Not sure he knows that he is showing this to us, but that's what's happening. There's no code names on there. We don't know the names of any of these plays or anything.
I can tell you that after all of that, I think I'm about equally educated as I was before.
Yeah, there wasn't many movements of those dots, right? Maybe it's a hologram that we cannot see from this angle, so. Eight seconds left, third quarter winding down. Eggins trying to break free. 2 seconds, 1 second, out of time. Defense for Brazil holds, 3 quarters complete, and a 9-6 lead here for Canada. So a theme, 3-1, 7-4, 9-6. Those are the scores after each of the 3 quarters. Let's see what the fourth brings. We're back after this to the LISD Westside Aquatic Center in Texas. You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org. Fourth quarter action just underway here in Louisville, Texas. We're just north of Dallas. Relatively brand new facility here in Louisville, the LISD Westside Aquatic Center. Great venue for aquatics, especially water polo here this week, and wonderful hosts all week long. Thunder Water Polo Club and the school district, city, everyone really fired up to have high-level water polo here, and it's been just an excellent few days as there's a field block on the shot attempt. This is one of the biggest pools in the state, right, James?
It is, and this is, I always think of our international friends who are thinking, why does that school have such a very big pool? And they're right. You know, there's about the competitive sports, the interscholastic competitive sports in the United States is extremely unique compared to the rest of the world. And here we have a big, beautiful, competitive pool that's being used by at least 3 high schools in the area, and some of which in the state are just used by 1. But yeah, this is one of the newest and best facilities in the state.
What's deceiving about this venue, and if you're watching it live here, is that due to the presence of 3 different bulkheads, it almost feels like there's 3 or 4 different pools, but it's all just one giant body of water.
It is, and it was designed with events like this in mind, big swim meets, and it shines up well, as you can see.
Big solution there on Marina Zableith, and a power play and a goal. Chamorro thought she had it, but not to be, as Kelly McKee connects.
Thought she had it too. I wondered after the end of that last break what we're going to see, and here we see again. I mean, this is nothing complicated about that, and that's what I think we are going to see is, again, just simply trying to execute on the strategy that they typically have in the front court. The Canadians are just a stronger team physically.
Brazil now being pressured. I think Canada can smell blood here, sensing a victory in the offing, and they charge in for a steal. Bakazi comes up with it. Montan, she's just off the post, didn't have enough on that one, and Chamorro comes up with it.
Yeah, she's had a good game. She's shown off some skills that we haven't seen, at least not me, so far in this tournament. That's a bit eye-opening on these.
Here's an ordinary. Thought about a shot there, did Camila Pedrosa, but decides against it. Hook shot there and a fast one, but nobody home from Marina Canetti. She was off the mark. Had she been a little bit more center of the cage, might have had an opportunity.
I think she exchanged a bit of accuracy for the speed with which she took that shot, which was pretty impressive.
Emma Wright. Good look, Eggins. How fast did that happen? Robinson to Eggins, one touch, back of the net.
So much action going on in front of the cage. Barely even noticed her sneaking into that post position and putting it away quite easily.
Eggins pops up, free and clear, and buries it. She has a hat trick now, leading the Canadians in scoring.
Pretty decent distribution, though, for the Canadians, with no one more than 3, and that is Monica Eggins.
Yeah, they've spread it around nicely. Olagbo hasn't even scored a goal, and she's one of their most prestigious offensive players.
She's so valuable in all sorts of different ways. I don't necessarily have any problem with her not showing up on the score line. She's done all sorts of other things, occupying the defenders.
Fournier swats that one out of play. Now here's Gaudreau on the long outlet pass, pushing ahead to Dominique Perreault. Fournier trying to work free. Pulls it back out. They go to Ordinary called. Here's Perot with 5 on the shot clock. Gives to Fournier. She'll get an ordinary and a chance to shoot here, but she'll dump it aside. So the wiser play prevails. In an 11-6 game, they need to ignite a counterattack here for Brazil with 4:28 to go.
Starting to hear some coaches theorize that dumping the ball in a situation like that isn't necessarily the best thing. They want to get a ball on the goal whenever they can. I think I agree more with you.
Well, you do see sometimes you see a contra foul. Some people think, well, shoot it, but shoot it high. So we're getting either a tip out or it's just going to go over the goal, and there's that time for the counter ball to come back in.
Presupposes you have the accuracy to actually get that done, which
that
is very
true.
difficult.
Yeah. Tough to say, shoot this, but kind of miss or make it if you could.
Yeah, miss it very accurately rather than just make it. How about scoring?
Shot clock running down again. Fournier, cross cage skip, and that is off the hand of Chamorro. Inside of Logbo, wheeling and scoring, so she wouldn't be held scoreless all night long. Christina Logbo has one into the back of the net, and Canada starting to put this one on ice. 12-6, 3:31 left.
That was beautiful. She had worked so hard to gain that position, made the pretty quick turn, and then, as opposed to a lot of the other shots that have come tonight, placed it just perfectly.
Great mix of power and finesse. All the hard work is done turning, and then when she had to look at the goal, it was all about the light touch.
Yep.
Ordinary called. Zeb Leaf. Shot clock to 6. The exclusion. And Brazil will call for a time with 3:06 to play. The exclusion on Carmen Eggins, her second. And Brazil will go to the playbook here with 3:06 to play, trailing 12-6.
With a 6-goal lead, that's a bit more forgivable than it would be in other circumstances. That would be a killer ejection. But at this stage, it's really the Brazilians who are looking to improve upon their 6-on-5 percentage. 2 for 6 so far in the game.
3:06 to go here in the fourth, 12-6. The lead. Brazil's ahead. Excuse me, Canada's ahead. Brazil wishing that they were ahead 12-6.
You just surprised our Brazilian fans.
Apologies, folks. The graphics do not deceive you. It is 12-6 Canada. And after a deflection, that's home for Brazil. And number 2, Diana Abla.
Boy, that is something that they've probably been looking for the entire match. Look at the elevation that she gets. And she stumbles a bit or else hesitates and still puts it away. I think that's what they've been looking for.
So assuming this one holds up, and we suspect it will, Brazil will fall to the 5th place game where they will take on Japan to start things off tomorrow at 10 a.m. And that will lead to Canada and China for 3rd place, and USA, Australia for the gold. Backhand attempt, nicely done. Montan off the post and in.
Again with the backhand, but boy, they just left her wide open for that shot. I think there's some confusion in the defensive communications here. We'll see. Oh. No, I think she just simply got out of position, was trying to spin, and far too late to get around.
2:26 to play. A 13-7 lead for Canada. The Canadians bouncing back after a 14-4 loss to Team USA last night. Exclusion called.
You know, we haven't talked about it nearly as much in this game as we have in previous ones, but it has been a pretty physical matchup. A lot of grabbing, a lot of opportunistic grabbing, at least.
I like the use of the word opportunistic because as that shot attempt is off the post and out, there hasn't been that many exclusions. So
that's right.
9 for Brazil, 6 for Canada. It has not been a game marred by that many exclusions, so it certainly has been players perhaps taking a hold here and there when it's most suitable. Pardon the pun there, James.
You're the king of
that
them.
one, yeah.
That's why I wanted to work with you. I always wanted to work with the king of puns.
Yeah. And Canada, another. Kelly McKee has 2. So a bevy of goals here late. This certainly felt like more of a low-scoring affair until business picked up here in the 4th.
Yeah, that just could be a matter of fatigue or loss of concentration, because I think they originally felt that corner was really nailed down by the Brazilian defense, but not true.
Minute 4 left in the 4th here. 14-7 Canada on their way to a victory. And that pass gets away. Easy steal for Emma Wright. Crossbar for Eggins, but a long rebound to Sister Carmen. Right. 30 seconds left. Partially tipped. Canada with 10 on the shot clock. 10-second differential on the game clock. Alagbo couldn't hang on. Triple team there from Brazil. And Brazil can get the final look at this one with 10 seconds to play here in the 4th, trailing 14-7. And they'll let this one fly over the goal, and that's the final. Canada takes this one going away over Brazil, 14-7. Jessica Gaudreau, 4 saves, picking up the win. On offense, Monica Eggins scores 3 goals to lead the Canada attack for Brazil. A nice effort out of Isabella Schipini with 2 goals, and of course Victoria Chamorro with 7 saves. Team USA and Australia coming up next at 7:20 p.m. Central Time. Come back and join us for that, but for this match, we'll sign off. For James Smith, Greg Meskel saying stay with us here from Louisville, Texas.